Go.
First of all, this is what would be in the box. You have the pack of 2 magnets, which will attach underneath the arms when we put them on the shoulder. So put those aside for a second. Just be careful because they are pretty strong, so they will fly across the desk to lock onto things. But to unfold him, take him out. He will be like this. The tail. These are all posable, so it'll be fine to move them. His head's encased. So if you're using the backs here, it's just a stronger part of the wing. Pull them out into shape, whichever shape is best for you and which is desired. Then pop him down for a second on the back of the chair. Now with the magnets in here, if you open it up and take them out, you'll notice a plastic thing in between to stop them colliding, otherwise that can break the magnets. But these are easily replaceable. So pull them apart and separate them out on the desk or away quite a distance apart. But underneath the puppet, you'll notice there are 2 more magnets locked underneath his arms. These are your main anchor points to your shoulder. So when you pop him onto your shoulder, he should sit there quite happily. The hands are posable, so you can gently move them around just to make sure it fits. There will be a little bit of creaking to start with, just because the puppets are new. So once he's on there, you can work out where the magnets are going to go. Pop him off and grab the first one. Now, with the countersunk part pointing down, you want to put the magnet underneath onto your shoulder, underneath. When you bring the puppet over, you'll feel it'll automatically grab hold of it. See, now it's grabbed hold of it. Then move him up on your shoulder. And that's that one. The second one, do exactly the same, but for this side. Then just slot it underneath, and then that should give you a solid on your shoulder. It does depend on the clothes underneath. The thicker the clothes or the less movement they have, the more secure the puppet is. Once those are both in place and you're comfortable with them, you can move them around, but you can only slide them out the sides. You won't be able to pull them apart physically. I've tried, it's impossible. Right, from there then, you'll take the cable, comes underneath your arm, and you'll notice a little ring on it. I adjust this generally to fit onto my little, or next to the little finger. So you slot that on, then that will stop movement, so you don't have to hold on to the wire itself, it will hold it in place. Now with the wire itself, when you push it in, the head will come up and raise, and then gravity will bring it back down again. Then next, if you bring it slightly in, then you can also grip it with that hand. So you'll notice a little dip in there. So with your hands and the fingers, you can reattach the keyring on there to move it up and down. You just need a couple of cable ties to move it up and down so it fits in your hand nicely. So you should be able to move it in and out with your thumb and forefinger quite easily and comfortably. If it's not, just move the cables up and you'll have to take them off, move them up a little bit to which suits your hand size. Then once that's in your hand, with the other hand, you can start rotating. If you roll it in your fingers, this gentleman here should take a single turn to take him all the way to the left. You'll feel friction in the cable, but don't worry about that. The actual puppet works off that friction, and it's been tested to go quite a way. And then with a little bit of practice, generally standing in a mirror unfortunately, you should have quite a range of movement at the front. You just have to learn where to push in the cable and turn at the same time. Now each puppet is slightly different just because of the weights of the heads. So you will learn and practice your own individual puppet's movement. Then after a little while, you can start learning the tension in the cable so you can get no out of him. He's quite happy to nod his head, even go to the music a lot of the time. Then after a while, once you've kind of learned to do it with 2 hands, you can actually start moving the cable away and putting it behind your back and working it with your hands. Or you can actually start doing it one-handed once you've got a bit more practice with your puppet. This actually isn't fitting on my finger due to the fact it's a little bit long for me, but you would adjust that to fit yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and this is just the introduction to our new style of puppets.